Hello everybody and welcome back to Fenton Forest Farm with me, CWATTYESO. It is still Thursday afternoon in game, I do believe. My windrower guy is still windrowing field 8. I was going to bring you back on Friday morning, but just as I was getting ready to do the baling, I noticed field 1 needs the soybeans harvesting. So I figured we can do that, can't we? We can get the soybeans harvested. Need something to do for a bit. Interesting. I don't have GPS on the combine anymore for some reason. Interesting choice. Anyway, I'm going to do the harvesting of this. I'm not going to use a horseplay. Or I might not use horseplay. Waiting for obviously the windrower guy to get quite a long way down the field before I set the baler loose, doing the hay bales. I think it's only 20 past 2 in the afternoon. There's still several hours of daylight. We can get some more work done. Like I say, the fact that field 1 has gone over to needs harvesting meant I could actually get on and do this. So the John Deere 6R is running up and down doing the windrowing. The 8R is waiting to start baling. It's all good. I still haven't done anything with the pallets of wool and eggs. I will figure something out with that. Find some way of shifting them. At least try to. There's Mr. Miyagi, look. There he is. Doing his soybean harvest. What I'll do is, when I get to the end of this row, and I've turned round, I'll hire a worker to drive down the other row while I nip and fetch the truck. Just come and unload him. Makes a bit more sense then, doesn't it? I also need to check on the silage bunker. Has it finished fermenting yet? Grab the truck, which is there. Tink. Take the covers off. Hoping that's finished fermenting. What I'll do is I'll unload him as he travels down here. Yeah, I'm blocking you. I'm blocking you. Let me get in. Thank you. Because I want to do the harvesting. Got plenty of soybeans off of this field, which will probably come in useful on Friday sale day. Barley will be probably ready to harvest as well, I think, which will be also very useful for us. The barley will probably want doing tomorrow, I think, based on when I planted it. Ah, it's a peaceful day. Obviously it's 7:45 on a Saturday night for me and I'm playing Farming Sim. Most people are probably out on the town having a good time living it up. Not me. I'm at the computer recording more video content. I did manage to check out the videos that went live today on the channel. The one with the when I bought the potato harvester and lost the header on the way back to the store, on the way back to the farm. Hellgetters obviously commented straight away. He didn't see where I lost the header. He'd watched the video and couldn't see where I lost the header. And like I say, I'd looked all over. I'd gone all the way back to the blooming shop to look for it, to see where it may have fell off, because I assumed it fell off on the road. And then obviously in the end I ended up just like resetting it in the garage or whatever to get it back at the farm because I couldn't find it. But then I actually when I watched the video today on YouTube, I saw it. I saw the header. I know exactly where it was the whole time. It fell off in the shed, just next to the pigs. It was right there, staring me in the face a couple of times as when I was going around feeding the animals. You could see it, just sat there, and I never ever spotted it. And obviously, I just assumed it fell off the trailer as I was sort of like bouncing up and down the pavements a few times on the way back from the shop and going around some of those roads and with some of the AI traffic and what have you, and so I never even thought of actually checking on my own farm for the header. I assumed it was, like I say, over in that direction somewhere, and it wasn't. It was right there. It was right in the like I say, right opposite the pig pen, in that wooden shed. It must have just clipped on the corner as I drove past and got pulled off the trailer. Bizarre. Very bizarre. But anyway, those are the funny things. Like you say, when you're recording the videos and you're doing commentary, you do miss things. There are things that people who watch the videos see that you as a video creator just don't see, because you're focusing on other things. You're focusing on what you're trying to say, and a lot of the time what's happening on the screen just completely passes you by, you know. And yeah, that was one of those instances. I must have gone past that header about 5 or 6 times in the video, never even noticed it as I was recording it. And even when I went to look for the header, after I noticed it was missing off the trailer, I must have passed it a couple of times, never even noticed it. So yeah. Truck. It's got 48,000 litres. Windrow is still driving up and down with his windrows. I'm going to have to give this truck a bit of a washout. After sale day, after Friday sale day, I'm going to give this truck a bit of a clean out, because it's looking a bit filthy inside. It's been carrying a lot of stuff, and it's starting to look a bit mucky and shabby looking. Flashing discotheque lights on it. Right, the 6250R has reached endpoint, or so he claims. So I'm just going to back him up a bit. Extra tedding. Arc him just out of the way. The reason I'm doing this is because if you remember the last time I did the whole tedding stuff and things, baling, should I say, of stuff and things, the tractor climbed the bales. I think it was probably this guy that... Was it the baler that climbed the bales? Wait a minute, we're doing... That's a grass bale. Let's come out of there. I think. Yeah, so we've had a grass bale, a silage bale come out because it was obviously partially full. Anyway, I'm going to go and empty this in the silo. Let that guy carry on whilst I'm emptying in the silo. Plenty of soybeans being delivered. Because of course piggies need soybeans. Until I get to that stage where the piggies have their trough is empty. And then I'm going to enable that pig food mod from Alfalfa. Which basically means I've got to then make pig food to feed them. I've got to mix pig food, which gives them their 100% productivity. Stuff. Miss Bit. He's Miss Bits. Hey, you. I don't know who he was. I forgot to check the name of the person, the worker. Again, I've downloaded a mod this weekend for, what is it, helper admin mod, which allows you to, instead of having like helper A, helper B, helper C, etc., you can actually give the helpers names. So it actually gives them like proper humanoid names now, and you can see the human names on the map and stuff. But if I go to the AR, Helper Finn. There we go, here's Helper Finn, who looks a lot like Mr. Miyagi. But that's Helper Finn, he's doing the baling. So yeah, it gives them names. And you can obviously have quite a lot of them. You can increase the number of maximum permissible workers, so you can have lots of names. The only thing I found with the mod, from having tested it off camera, is that it doesn't tend to be very gender specific with the names that you can set up. It will generally give the names randomly to whichever worker gets hired. So you can find sometimes you end up with maybe some, you know, gender issues on the names of some of the workers. You can have female looking characters named Steve or Dave, which is quite funny. Not that there's anything wrong with women wanting to be called Dave or Steve, you know, it is that kind of era now that we live in, where we have we have gender neutral people. So basically what I've gone through and done is changed all the names in the helper admin in the settings file to make sure they're all more or less hasn't he done that bit there? It's a bit weird sometimes. I wonder if that... I'm assuming this is harvestable. Yeah. So he should have harvested it. So yeah, I've gone through the helper admin screen and made sure all the names are, you know, applicable to men or women. You know, you can have men or women using these names. So like Finn can belong to a guy or a girl. And then there's other things like Charlie, which can be a guy or a girl. Or Jordan, which can be a guy or a girl. And things like that. So I've got a bunch of names saved, so when I hire workers and cosplay people, they will have actual names now. They won't just be Helper A, Helper B, Helper C. You can also, another good thing I like about the Helper admin tool, it changes the way the workers get paid. You can actually control the wages, so you're not paying them like, you know, $1,500 an hour. You know, you can actually pay them, you know, a realistic wage. But then the helper admin goes one step further by having overtime rates. So if you have a worker working after 6 PM on your farm, they get overtime, they get extra pay. And if they're working, I think it's after, and then there's like a night rate. So if they're working like really late, like through the night, they get even more money, even more overtime. So I thought that was quite good. Because I do find it a little bit ridiculous that, you know, you end up paying workers, you know, like more than most people. You end up paying the workers more an hour than what most real people get paid a month. You know, and I think even workers on real farms wouldn't get, you know, $1,000 an hour or euros or pounds. Nowhere near. They would get probably, you know, maybe £13-14 an hour, £15 an hour probably max. I doubt they'll get a lot more than that. Some of them might only get minimum wage, you know. You need to do that because I've got to go and get the truck. You're going to need to be emptied in a second. So Helper Parker has a nearly full grain tank. Now, is that because I've done all their names in capital letters? Is that why it's capitalising all their names? I think he's just broke down. Probably miss a bit now when he restarts. That's usually what happens. I could take advantage of that and back him up then. And we're off. I'll pipe in. So of course we was going to use the new round baler as well, weren't we? Bale trailer that I got, the bale collector. What I will do as well. wrap straw or hay bales in this game, apparently. Because the worker's not, the cosplay guy's not wrapping the bales, the hay bales. I thought I got the bale wrapper on or off. Unless that only applies when you're doing grass, you could toggle it off. So you just unload the round grass bales rather than having to do the whole automatic, you know, wrapping and then having to unload. Never tried it. Or to do it with square bales. Buy one of the standalone wrappers and go around and see if you can wrap straw bales or hay bales. Because in real life you can. And I think when the DLC comes out at the end of the month, the Anderson DLC, which is all about baling, I think that you'll be able to do straw and hay and stuff then, because you can make these like real long, like sausage bales. It looks like a string of sausages. All the bales are joined together. I think 500R is slipping, which means he's mounted the bale. I think. No, there's a bale. He did get a bale stuck under him. Maybe it will disappear once he turns. Now the baler's up in the air, which is not good. There's these big bits along the top that he's missed, look. Anyway, back to the soybeans. Ready to chase after him as he goes down here. Loaded. Still got 20,000 litres left of space. Guy, quickly back to the shed. I'm still faffing about with bales. Put the windrower away and then bring out the bale stacker, I suppose. Back. I want that round bale stacker. Any silage going on? As I say, I'll check that, see if that's fermented. Harvester's doing the last bit. Bale stacker into work position. Pick up these bales. I will have to bring in, obviously, the bale guy back round because he's clearly missed quite a few bales. And I'm not going to pick up that silage one. Quite a lot of hay. Headlandsville. So Helper Charlie has completed his task. Thank you, Helper Charlie. That stacks some free high, look. So this is how the John Deere one should have done the square bales. Stack them on top of each other, not just do blooming 2 rows of 16. Might be in trouble because he might drive over that bale. Okay, I'll get that one out of the way. Right over here. 15. 2 more. 15. Fold him up, go and unload him somewhere. I think over by the cows where we normally store the bales is going to be quite good. TMR mixer is probably. Very nearly reversed then instead of driving forwards. And I was like, I just had visions of them bales going flying and falling over. So the 8.5, so the John Deere is finished. We can get the rest of the bales picked up now. Although I will just have to have a quick whiz round, won't I? To make sure. Not quite hoovered up all the hay. Tell you what, as soon as we're doing 8,000 litre bales, still looks to be an awful lot of bales on this field, doesn't there? I'll have to hoover up the rest. Come on, grab it. Grab it. 8, so we've got another 8 more to go then. Shove them back, and then it'll be ready to reload again. Two more. That's going to want emptying. But first, let's find this guy. Stop. Let's do our best to hoover all of this rubbish. Chuck it out the back, that's it. Get rid of it. Frame rate hitching there? Real big heaps down here, what? Get all this lot hoovered up. Good. Don't think we're going to get another full bale, sadly. A bit shy. Can't unload the bale because we don't have enough to unload. Go back to the shop. Which does mean that when I do straw, when we harvest the barley field, I'm going to have one random hay bale produced. Oh, of course, we've got sunflowers as well. Walking back over here. Come back to that. So we're going to empty these bales and then we'll come back for the last couple. I'll probably just sell those rather than have a couple of random bales, including that silage one. I'll probably take them to the farm windrow sales. He's right where I want it to be. Bales. Pulling about. Giants really need to improve the physics on things like stacks of bales, because they are a little bit flipping fragile. They do tend to fall over really rather easily, and they shouldn't do, because they're obviously in real life got quite a lot of weight to them. You know, you'd have to, in real life, you'd have to smack them quite hard to move them. Yeah, in this game, you only have to just pass within a couple of feet and they start wobbling all over the place. All bales, I think. If I've done it right. That random silage bale. All of them. Yeah. Not missed any. So we'll go sell these 4. Get the combine emptied into the truck. Get the combine took back to the shed. be ready for Friday morning. And Friday sale day. Week 3. So 9,000 euros worth of bales. Oh, that's that one done. Switch him off. Right. Combine can pipe out. He's got 28,000 litres. Is that going to be too much for the truck? Yeah. Truck's only got room for about 21. So I'm going to have to find another way to empty the last few soybeans out of the harvester. Overload soybeans. A lot of soybeans. So that was nearly 2 full trailers, which is what, 140,000 litres? Sorry, 240,000 litres. Back to the harvester. Take the header off, of course, because otherwise we won't be able to get back through the farm. And we're just going to empty these last 7,000 litres into the truck. Right, there we go. Another day on the farm is done. Despite a few little setbacks and ups and downs and a crash, we've made it. I'll have a look and see. Right, so we've got the barley that is going to need to be harvested tomorrow. Sunflowers are about to go over in the next little bit of time, and then obviously we'll have the potatoes. I'm also hoping the oilseed radish is going to do something. I don't know if that actually does change colour at all or anything, to show when I need to go and cultivate it. But what I'll do, I'll just park this in here for tonight. So thank you everybody for watching the episode today, this episode. I will be back with some more Fenton Forest content very, very soon. If you could go ahead and click the like button for me on the video, and then don't forget to share it wherever you see fit, that would be fantastic. If you've got any questions, comments, suggestions or feedback, don't hesitate to leave them in the comment section down below. I do read all the comments, and as I say, I do try to reply to all of them. And certainly, as Helgetus can testify, I do tend to reply to most of them, all of them. And of course, if you're not already currently a subscriber of the channel, you're new to the channel, this is the first video you've watched, then feel free, press that subscribe button and then go back and watch some of the other videos on the channel. There's quite a lot. I'm very, very shortly going to be hitting 1,000 uploads on the channel. 1,000 videos. And I would never have thought I'd have hit that many. So, from CWATTYESO, here on the Fenton Forest Farm, it's goodbye for now.